sometimes we get a little bit too dirty for the studio and we gotta break. Holy fuck! We're rolling. Welcome back to the channel where we like to hot rod everything. My name is Maslow, and today my Amazon special bike is getting some Amazon Prime Day upgrades. Some are very necessary, some are more for the vibes, but should be fun. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, and I want to go for a ride, so let's get these bad boys on. These brake cables are by far the most important thing I'm doing today. I bought this bike specifically because it had an aluminum frame and disc brakes, and it is the heaviest aluminum frame I've ever seen on a bike, and the disc brakes were so bad I actually replaced them in another video. I put dual piston calipers and new rotors that came in the kit on. Now, that solved my outright braking force problem, but if I rip the brakes one time, the cable will stretch so far that you can feel the brakes degrade every time you do a hard stop. That's incredibly dangerous, and I'm already at the end of the fine adjuster on my handlebars, so new brake cables should solve my insane brake cable stretching problem. And after that, there shouldn't be anything really wrong with this bike. It should be good for, you know, a couple thousand more miles. Way less important, but way more fun, is a new bike computer. Now, I've used this one since I bought the bike. It has 1,753 miles on the odometer, and I have no complaints. It does a good job. The battery lasts a long time. The temperature gauge is not even close. It never was. And it takes a little bit to connect to the satellite when you first turn it on. But once you're connected, I've had 1,753 happy miles. Now, this one was GPS powered. That's how it got your speed. This one is GPS powered, but with a color screen and shows your map on the dash. That's nice because I don't want to be staring at my phone the whole time while biking. And this was, I think, $65 and $59.99 on Prime Day. It came with a free mount, which is very nice. If I like this and I keep it, I'll put the mount on, but it is the same mount as my old computer, so to ride it tomorrow, I'm just gonna keep it easy, quick and easy. I also bought a heart rate monitor. Now, I have wanted a heart rate monitor strap for a long time to see what my heart rate does during motorcycle track days. Supposedly, motorcyclists will be in zone 5 for the entire length of a session, which is, by regular athlete standards, insane. Also, I lost my Apple Watch. I'm not gonna lie. It's in my apartment, but I don't know where. So this will also sort of replace that for now. All right, let's rock and roll. One front brake cable. I did switch my front brake to the right side to match motorcycles. Most bicycles have the front brake on the left. I don't know why that is, but I switch all of my bicycles to match that. Now, this is pretty easy. We got one lock screw at the bottom. Just loosen that bad boy up. Pull the cable out. I want to reset my fine adjuster to 0. Nope, not you. You stay. Cable. Gosh. That was in there tight. This should be much easier with the brand new tip on it. Oh, that's delightful. Yeah, baby. Come down here and thread this through there. That comes back down into there. Take out everything. Take out everything and retighten. Are my brakes locked on? Ooh, just the slightest amount, but that is actually, for my first attempt, that's the best I've ever done. Not even close to being enough. Gotta go back the other way. That's too much. How about now? Back to nothing. Trying to stand it up on the table so it was easier to work on was an absolute disaster and it kept falling over. But now we are adjusted and rolling real nice. Now let's see if I can cut this without ruining it. I'll try it down here first, so if I ruin it, there's another chance. Okay, that went way better than before. Let's try it for real this time. Come on, fit in the cap. Not fitting in the cap. Got all of them but one. Already pissed. Let's try one more cut. This is already going horribly wrong. Of course, it worked once. The harder I try, the worse I make it. What are we doing? What are we doing? That was a huge disaster and took way too long, and now my carpet's covered in metal shavings, but it actually came out pretty good. That's life. I got the front and back brake cables installed and adjusted properly. It was way more annoying than actually difficult, but it's done now, so let's move on. Unbox this bad boy. Ooh. Yeah, baby. So we got the unit right there. And it came with a quick start guide. And this is the mount I use right now if you want to just mount it straight to the handlebars. And some instructions. Don't need those where we're going. That's not true. Actually, I might want those. All right, let's get this bad boy mounted. Fire it up, see what it looks like. That right there is my quick connect handlebar mount. Hooks up super easy. And I actually don't know where the power button is. No, nope, nope. Oh, of course, the last one I try. Hey, there we go. Yes. English? Or maybe check the box. Time zone? No idea. We'll deal with that later. Okay. Okay. Nice little tutorial. Cool. All right. It's hot in the living room workshop. I'm sweating, but that's on and ready to ride. That'll do for another day in the living room workshop. Sometimes we get a little bit too messy for the studio. We got to bring it out here, but I am really looking forward to my 4th of July ride tomorrow. I do it every year. I live in LA. I should spend 4th of July by the beach. Honestly, what are we doing? We're on the trail, a couple miles in, think about 7 miles in. Got a good spot here to show you what this bad boy looks like. So that's the main screen. That's the map. Doesn't show you where you're going. I think you can set a destination. This is just plotting the course right now. This is the maximum screen, heart rate stuff. This is the sensors screen. So that's my heart rate right there. Cruising along. Not bad. It certainly was higher earlier. This is graphs, time, distance. That's actual time, not time elapsed. How would those go? And then we're back to the main one. That's what it looks like. Enjoying it so far. We are in it now. There's a lot going on. All right, I'm 12 miles in at my friend's house at the beach. Had a real nice ride. 12 and a half miles, an hour. There's a lot of people here today, so you can't really cruise. That's my map. About 1,000 calories, max heart rate 198. Kind of chilling right now. It's cool, I'm having fun with it. It's way more complicated than my last bike computer. It's super nice having all of it, and I can't wait to spend some time going through all the settings and stuff and setting it up, setting each screen up with the information I want to see on it. But I don't really think any of it's necessary. I was never mad with my old one. If you were buying a bike computer now, I'd probably get this one, but I don't think it's worth an additional $65 to upgrade. But good ride. I am enjoying it. It is fun. Hour and 24 minutes, 17.69 miles. Average heart rate 154, max 198, 1,351 calories. Home sweet home. Not bad for the 4th of July. Let's go eat a steak. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share, ring that bell, and hot rod everything. Also, get on your bike and ride.